welcome to episode 46 of Illuminating Rounds. You're here, we're in person.
Yeah, excellent.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
We
I'm
are
very, very glad to be back face to face playing today.
face to face. Yeah, that's something you didn't
Yeah.
want to say to Corona people all around the world.
Yeah,
We're within our 2 meters. We're allowed to even hug today.
yeah, we haven't done that yet.
No.
We're saving that up
For
for
the winner. the winner gets a hug.
a very long, warm hug.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, where are we today? Martin?
We're in a little place called Libau in Latvia,
Okay.
and just to make it harder for you, there's a wedding going on in the background. Just in front of the tags.
I know what you're talking about. But anyway, right, so how have you been? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm very well.
Good,
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
good. All right, so we are playing today. We're playing Rage Against the Machine.
Mhm.
Scenario you picked after
Yes.
a lot of consideration. You went through every one of your binders to find that scenario.
Yeah, I thought MMP, journal, Russian, German. That's the first one I came to.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Isn't Rage Against the Machine the name of the song?
Wasn't it a group that they tried to get
Oh, yes.
the Christmas #1, didn't they? It was like when Stock Aitken and Waterman were doing their thing. I think did they get them to #1, Christmas #1?
I'm not sure they got to #1, but they were nothing like a Stock Aitken and Waterman.
That's
music,
very
were they?
true. That's very true.
Mm.
So you're taking the Russians today.
That's right. Yes.
I'm defending with the Germans. We're going to do a little bit of talk about our setups
Mhm.
and everything. We've got our Patreon draw. So we have 7 people in the draw. Today's the 31st of May. So if you've got your prediction in for who's going to win the tournament, you are in the draw.
You're on the list, yeah.
7 people are in. Are you excited about that draw?
I am excited. Do you know what though? This is the best chance Indy's had.
He almost won on the practice roll. You did.
Oh yeah, he won all 3 practice ones, didn't he? We'll see what happens today when we roll for real.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're excited to be playing live again. It was it was a bit of a nice thing to put all the balls out. I was saying to you, I put all the balls out, I put all the perspex on, I put the counters out, I put everything. Realised that the perspex was too glary. Took all the perspex off, put all the counters back on again. So it took about 4 hours last night to do it, but it was quite nice to get all the counters out again and
they're all beautifully cut. All the counters I noticed.
I did.
You picked out the nice ones.
I did, and do you know what? I think I almost tried to get every Russian counter was the same colour. I went. There was the poo brown, the kind of like the wee green.
I'm going to say right now, you didn't really bother with the concealment counters, did you? They are every.
No,
I mean, there's a couple of French there, I think.
Yeah. It's hard to tell with the Russians. They're a little bit strangely coloured. But yeah, it's going to be good to play against it. So
absolutely, it looks like a good game as well. Good sort of a little bit of chunkiness to it.
Yes,
but certainly achievable in a few hours.
Exactly that. Yeah. So that's the plan. We'll be back with I guess turn 1 intel. But a quick mention: we should say that we're not going to do these often, are we? We're going to do face to face often. We're going to stick to the vassal ones predominantly.
Yes,
But
that's right. And we asked for people to say what they preferred, and there was mixed feedback, and we're going to go mixed, aren't we?
That's right.
Because I think vassal works well for showing the detail of the manoeuvre and stuff in a game, doesn't it? But it's nice to get together like this and kind of talk things through in Latvia.
Exactly. Yeah, we can have a bit of a chinwag as well. Which is quite nice. So it looks like a nice board. It looks like a nice set of things. That obviously board 42 and 40 are fairly common boards. We've seen these lots and lots. Do you know how many copies of board 42 I've got in my map box?
Do you know, funny enough, Dave, I don't.
Well, I'm glad.
I'm going to guess 4.
That's exactly right. Yeah, four excluding my hardback one. I don't know where I've got them all from. I don't know. I know that there was a misprinted one, and I know that they reprinted that, but I don't know where I got the extra one from.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they printed another one there, but who knows?
Sell it for 50p on eBay. Sell all your spares.
I'd like to see. I'd like to see a scenario with the misprinted map board 42 specifically mentioned.
But that's going to be so frustrating for a new player who comes in.
Well,
they've only got the correctly printed one, isn't it? But,
I mean,
And would you know which of your boards was misprinted?
Only because I have wrote on the back. I do know which one it is with the wall. It's the wall and the town. But yeah, I actually wrote on the back.
It's quite. I wonder how they decided it was wrong, because there isn't like a real truth out there.
Oh, only
there?
because because the cardboard board, it was different to the cardboard board. That's what it was.
Okay, so there is a kind of a definitive truth out there. Okay.
I don't want to say you're wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel wrong.
No, yeah. So that's that. Right. Okay. But yeah, so it's nice. I like I do like the double whiteboards. I think they give a nice balance to the size of a scenario. And this one is Chris Meze and Peter Stroeff's design. And I think every time I get one of the double whiteboards out, I automatically think of Gary Fortenberry, and I think of some very tricky.
It often terrifies me.
The victory conditions.
I love Gary Fortenberry's scenarios, but working the victory conditions it always terrifies me.
He does have a theme, doesn't he? Which is great.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
But this one's nice and simple. You've got to get 2 of the 3 conditions. I'll talk through that on my setup.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, predictions, pre-match prediction.
It feels like an awful long way to go, but I've got a hell of a lot of tanks, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of ways of blowing them up.
Yeah, exactly. All right then. Okay, well let's get on with it, and we'll be back in touch with Get Turn 1.
Excellent.
So here's my setup for Rage Against the Machines. It's 1944 in Latvia, and we're waiting to see what Martin's going to do. My setup is fairly standard, I would imagine. My 2 hip units will be this 467 here, 468 here with the light machine gun, and we'll have the Panzerschreck with a half squad up on the hill here. The anti-tank gun obviously has some good line of sight down this road, and the 9-1 over here will be the wounded 9-1 leader. So Martin's coming on with 8 tanks and 16 squads. It's quite a formidable Russian force. The objectives are going to be to hold 2 of the 3, or Russians have to get 2 of the 3, the bridges, the crossroads, and the crossroads is up here, and the building here. So Russians have to get 2 of the 3. We're going to be expecting Martin to come through the woods here. This guy really is here just to make sure he can strip line of sight, concealment here from any Russians that's bringing on, and I expect to have a little bit of resistance here. The dummies holding the flanks, hoping to push and funnel Martin through the centre. I'm a little bit concerned about my southern flank. I think this is the southern flank here, but there's not a lot of cover. So if Martin does start to pull this way, it could be tricky for the Germans. All right, let's see what he does.
Okay, I don't really know how to do this now. It's been so long. All right, okay. Okay, so basic strategy is that there is more strength up in this sort of northern area. There's the machine gun in here. There's lots of 458s with light machine guns here. They're going to be able to get, I think, quite a long way forward without risking being shot at. I'm a little bit worried because he's got some hips that could be in this wood, for example. These guys moving, there could be hips down here. So kind of the idea is that these 527s can scout a little bit, and we can move in a bigger stack. Obviously, most of the tanks coming in this way. These are to sort of deal with the infantry. These are the T-34s. I'm going to try to protect them when the German tanks come on with these 152mm guns that can take tanks out very easily. Then the 122mm, they're there for producing smoke. So I'm going to try and place them places where they can smoke hexes for the next turn, for like sort of turn 2 and etc. The reason I'm attacking here in the centre is to block off any units that happen to be over here in the south by their advance. Put a lot of pressure on these this group here, and it seems to me that there are 2 victory conditions in this in victory objectives in this northern kind of sector. So that's going to be the focus, aiming towards those initially. That's as far as I've thought ahead. Oh, I've got a couple of tanks over here. They'll probably link up with this infantry when we're able to guarantee that they can come through safely. Okay.
Okay, all right. So in turn one, you're smiling.
I'm smiling, aren't I?
You are
Yeah,
smiling.
that went better than expected.
Yes, yeah. So what happened there then? We had
It was the close combat, which was I suppose I was sort of hoping that it was a dummy.
Right, and that was in H5. You had the CX-527
versus a concealed half squad.
I won the ambush, and then
and you wanted to withdraw, didn't you?
thinking about it, but and I should
just wanted a cheap win.
Of course, I should have
cheap
withdrawn.
kill. Yeah,
but then missed the close combat. Then you got me.
Got it.
Yeah,
and that was the beginning of a string of quite low rolls for me, wasn't it?
Listen, when the sun comes up in the morning, that's the beginning of a low set of low rolls for you. Then
I get out of bed in the morning.
Exactly.
First thing I do is I roll a 3.
Your life is a 3.
Yeah. I rolled a lot of 3s, which is your sniper.
Yes,
But you didn't really activate much.
I got one. So then my hip guy down in Z9 revealed itself to your 234-85
for the Panzerfaust.
Yeah, rolled a 6, pinned itself.
And then I got multiple rates of fire, didn't I? I think I broke it with machine guns, didn't I?
You broke it, hit it, critical hit.
That's right, yeah.
Destroy it.
Yeah.
And then back over here as well, your other 234-85 half squadded one of my guys down in, was it? I think it was.
It was this.
Yeah, E4 on
E3,
E3, something like that. And down to a half squad there as well. So I've lost 2 squads. In return, I've broken 1 squad of yours with a sniper. Pull back. It's not looking good for the Germans.
2 full squads down in turn 1 is. I mean, you've got 11, haven't you? So it's a significant percentage. Yeah.
And a hip guy as well that's gone.
Yes.
So feels like an uphill struggle from here. Let's carry on for turn 2.
I wish I'd taken the balance like you offered me.
I did offer you the balance. That's the only saving grace I have, is that I offered you the balance. Yeah. All right. Let's see how we go for turn 2.
Brilliant.
All right. Well, turn 2.
It still feels like it's going quite well, Dave.
You're doing okay. There's a brown mass, as you said.
There's like a thick brown line just moving across the board, isn't
Fog
it?
of Russians.
And anybody has the temerity to sort of like fire a Panzerfaust or something like that. It's just getting wrong. You haven't actually. I don't think you lost anything else in that turn, but you got quite a lot of broken units. But some of them are likely to come back.
Yep.
And I do think, because there is a long way to go, I think it is meant to be that the Russians feel a bit unstoppable at this stage.
Right,
you've got reinforcements coming. Still got a longish way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, without the reinforcements, it would be
hopeless, isn't it?
Hopeless.
Yeah. So you've got a front of about 12 to 16 hexes to cover with eight squads, because 2 of them will be done or 3 hips. And so you're always going to have a very thin line that you can punch through as the Russians.
Yeah.
So I think my kind of saving grace, I feel like, is at least I'm pulling back.
Yeah.
I mean, if I get one good rally phase, and we know from the Guards counter-attack, one good rally
One
phase.
good rally phase can win a game, yeah.
But it doesn't feel like I've done any dent at all on you. So I've not.
No, I think I've lost a half squad when I went for a search. Yeah.
And that's that, wasn't it? So
I've got to say, my good roll dice rolling has continued to go in my favour. And then there's a gun out there, and I've been nervous about the gun. In fact, it nearly stopped me.
You've been very nervous about lots of things. You've been firing to lots of empty hexes, and you've been very cautious.
Well, I'm very conscious. I can end up with a lot of guys in the middle of something popping up. Do you know what I mean? But
I think you can cope with it even if you did it, and I think finding it regardless
is valuable anyway, isn't it?
Exactly. It still feels very tough on the Germans.
It does at the moment.
It does. This turn's going to be grim because it's your last turn without my reinforcements.
I'm going to be trying to make hay while the sun shines.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go farm in these Latvian fields. All right. So
I think that was your round. That turn.
Yeah. I mean, this is all.
It looks pretty grim in places. I agree, but I think that went your way.
Yeah. So I took out 2 tanks tonight. So with the hip Panzerek from the hill.
Yes.
Jumped on and got one of the.
Yeah. And I was being a bit jet greedy, really, as well, trying to stop that from routing, getting the tank round the back. Yeah. But you've got to find the Panzerschreck somehow, haven't you?
Yeah, you did find it. And then one of the leaders with his automatic Panzerfaust got a lucky shot. To be fair, I think it was 4s. I think he
Yes. Yeah.
needed, and took out one of the ISUs as well.
Yeah. Pretty much all of your stuff managed to rout away.
Yeah, nothing rallied, did it? Nothing
rallied, but they managed to rout away, and I was hoping really to catch them, and I failed to do that.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I should have been more aggressive
Mm-hmm.
and block the route paths.
Yeah, no quarters in effect, isn't it? So it's easier for me to kind of slip away. And
that's right.
So yeah, my reinforcements are now on.
And you've got some sort of a defence.
A defence, yeah. And I think so. I can see, you taking the bridge is going to be difficult. I think that looks like you're just going for the two at the top.
Yeah, there is always that thing that I could just there's probably enough movement factors until the penultimate turn to just take 2 tanks over there.
The last turn.
Even the last turn, perhaps. And just go. So you have to defend against that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of looks like I'm going for the 2 northern ones.
Yeah, exactly. So so we'll see. It's a good scenario, though, isn't it?
I think it's a really good scenario.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Yeah, it's a nice. Yeah, it's a nice kind of straightforward. You're pushing through. The objectives are so much that it's difficult for me to know exactly which one you're going for.
Yeah.
And you can keep your options open a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
And all good. So on to turn 4.
Turn 4.
Okay, Martin. So why are we laughing? Because we just done this once before. We forgot to press record.
It feels like this has happened before.
Yeah, it's a bit of deja vu. So the Russians lost 2 tanks.
That's right. Yes.
HIP anti-tank gun revealed itself. You turned to take a shot at the squad.
Yeah.
Anti-tank gun took the
shot
in
more
prep
vulnerable
fire,
side. Yeah.
And then
that's right.
got the intensive fire shot and killed you.
Yeah.
As I was just saying, I haven't made a dent in your infantry. And I think that's the big problem I've got.
Yeah.
You have your massing, and your forces are all very well coordinated. They are all en masse.
I do. Yes. I feel like I just
said. They don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, the infantry is all forward, isn't it? Yeah. And and the front is sort of narrowing, and there's some buildings. If I can get into those buildings, form some big fire groups, I think I might be able to brush stuff away.
Exactly.
There's still potential to vehicle bypass, freeze, and stuff like that, isn't there? And so with 3 turns to go.
Exactly.
But I do still think it feels harder now than it felt earlier.
Yeah, that's fair. I think what I've liked about the scenario, the SSR about the Panzerfaust for the leaders,
very clever.
Was nice, wasn't it? It's nice. So they all basically get a free Panzerfaust.
Every leader was dangerous if I put a tank anywhere near it.
Yeah, exactly. So that was quite cool. But it's been a good scenario so far. I'm enjoying it, and
it's a very good scenario.
Yeah, we've got a bit of smoke going on now from the first turn.
Yeah,
and I even got one of those squads back that rallied.
Yes.
In the that are now in the.
Is he the one with the 3 morale, broken morale? And
feels like it. He's acting like he's got 3 morale.
Your medium machine gun got away, didn't it?
It did.
I put a lot of effort into trapping the medium machine gun, and he got away. And it cost me a tank as well. So, but I know where the anti-tank gun is, and the anti-tank gun is sort of going to negate itself because of its position, I think, as the battle moves on. It does protect the back a little bit.
Yeah, it's got. Some predictable
and you can move it, and it protects the bridge.
All right. Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, and as you said, you've lost from here before.
I've absolutely lost in much better positions than this.
But this is. I give you 70-30 on this one. Is that? Would you give yourself?
I wouldn't give it as much as 70. I've got to get you out of stone buildings and stuff, haven't I? So it's always.
And you've got to take 2. You've got to take 2 of the conditions.
I've got to take 3 buildings, 2 victory condition objectives.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right. Okay. All right. Turn 5.
Right then.
Okay. So, turn 5.
End of turn 5.
Done. You've gone from you've swung from being it's okay to you can't win this.
I'm not sure whether I can't. I'm not okay. I think that's overreaction, so I can't win. But I've got to do something quite drastic, I think, to win this.
Yeah,
it's quite difficult.
I got lucky. I got very lucky with So the is it the little Stug came round? Is that Stug? I can't even see. There's a Stug now.
It was a Stug or a Jag. Yeah, I think it's a Stug, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Stug.
Yeah.
So the Stug came round the corner into L8. Face to face with an ISU, and thinking it was out of line of sight, just thinking I was going to guard the corner, and then you spotted it was in line of sight, took a shot, missed by 1.
But thought, no problem, I'll get you in prep fire.
What could happen? I had the advancing fire shot, hit, go with the APCR, missed with the APCR.
Yeah, that's right. You need force to hit.
Yeah, forced it. Was it forced? No, I think it was. Was it forced? Maybe 5s.
It was forced to hit.
Was it?
It's definitely equals to hit. I remember you rolling it.
Oh, no, I double said didn't roll
yeah.
and then but it was 3s to kill, and that's obviously not going to happen.
And you got double one.
Yeah, double one. You know, but you don't get as good as I am without being able to roll.
No, absolutely,
roll
absolutely.
Like
yeah, it's really difficult, though. I'm struggling to
well,
see how I'm going to win this. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah, you've got your work cut out.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
only because, but I think you've definitely got the infantry to be able to do it. There's no question. You've got the tools to. I haven't put any impact. I think we just joked about, you know, you've done more damage to your guy.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, you broke your guy in melee firing into it and broke mine.
Which was a good exchange for me because you had a good squad there, and I've got to move up that road.
Yep. And you did a search casualties against yourself.
Lost a half.
I don't think I've done any damage to you at all. I think
I've done it all myself.
Exactly, from infantry wise.
Yeah.
I pulled the gun out. I pulled the gun in back into the road,
which was wise.
Just to give me a little bit of freedom there.
And it makes it much more dangerous for me to do a last minute run down to the bridge.
Yeah, that's the kind of key thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got two turns to go now.
See what I can do.
See, good luck. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So we're about to start the last turn.
We're about to start the last turn. So it's turn 6. I've held on, which I guess at least I can claim I've got to the last turn.
Yeah.
So go on.
So I'm not in control of any of the objectives.
True. Okay.
And there are essentially 3 locations that I need to take control of.
Mm-hmm.
And any one of those, I believe, could go wrong. Now I still think I do agree with you.
I think it's 4 locations. But yeah, you've got 3 more to go.
All right, 4 locations.
You've got the encircle building, the building that I've got my encircle guys at the top. So
yeah,
you've cleared out a lot of this building. All I've got left is 2 squads in what's that, L7.
Yes, and there's a good chance I'll break them now, I suppose.
That's right, yeah, you've got plenty of firepower there.
So that should go my way.
Yep.
The melees are more or less irrelevant now because it's only my turn.
And then we've got two back here.
That's right. I can get quite a bit of firepower on that building here. I don't know what number that was.
Yeah, that's a J4.
So if I can break that and advance in, that's fine.
Yeah.
The one where you've got the tank, there's always the risk that I won't be able to pass the Patsy.
Yeah.
Because all my tanks practically are out of operation now.
Yes,
aren't they?
you've got one. Is it one
I've got one. Left. Yeah. I've got one with a malfunction gun, which I suppose could be repaired.
Yeah.
So it just feels like there's like I definitely feel like I'm probably going to win.
Yes, I agree.
But any one of those could go wrong. I mean, we've literally just exchanged 40
firepower,
40 firepower, and there was no damage
apart from to the machine guns.
The machine guns, your machine gun, and mine.
Yeah. So it was pretty grim.
Yeah.
It's been good, doesn't it? It's been.
I think it's a really good scenario.
Yeah, it's been good.
And I mean, statistically, it favours the Germans, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like this. I think it was something like 80, 88, 68, something like that.
That's not. Yeah, that's.
So yeah, it's definitely a little bit favoured.
Yeah. But having said that, I mean, it can be won by either side. When you got those sorts of numbers.
And the balance, I said to you, I offered you the balance at the start. The balance is huge for the Russians. You get an extra squad and a flamethrower.
Do you know what? A flamethrower in this scenario would be really useful just about now.
We were saying that the 5.27s are really good in this scenario.
They're perfect.
There's a lot of two hex ranges going on.
Yeah.
And that assault fire really helps them as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, put a flamethrower on there as well, and they're pretty good. So going to come down to this last one. I think you're okay, but yes, you have.
It could go wrong. It could go wrong.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you. You too.
You don't mean that. Okay. So game's ended.
Yeah.
Well done, Martin.
Thank you.
In the end, it fell quite quickly, didn't it? One prep fire shot.
In the end, it felt quite easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was still could have not happened.
It could have done. I mean, there was you needed a close combat roll. So, but what happened there? We had my tank. You put your tank into bypass sleeves of my my last kind of remaining stronghold. I did have a question about whether I was going to shoot so they can kill the tank or leave it in there and me get the advantage for the bypass, the ambush. The thing I thought about there was that in a way, if I could shoot and get rid of the tank, it would free up the squad and the light machine gun, which is 16 firepower to fire adjacent at the guys that attack the other tank.
He was swarming it because he was frozen. But the crew survived. You blew up the tank, didn't you? But the crew survived,
jumped in the same hex. They could only fire into the crew to take that out.
Yeah.
And then your other crew came in and then couldn't quite get in to attack my tank up in K3.
Yeah.
But you had enough guys. Only just enough guys.
Only just enough guys.
You had a squad, 2 leaders, -1 leader.
Yeah.
And you got the ambush,
Yeah.
obviously. And then you,
I think there might have been a few modifiers as well. You didn't have
sure
machine guns
That's
and
right,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
sure
Yeah.
I think.
But we were there. We got it.
You
Yeah.
did. So well played.
Yeah. I think it was a very good
scenario.
scenario.
Yeah, good scenario.
Yeah.
Right down to the end.
I think it tipped my way quite heavily at the beginning.
Start, yeah.
I think if that hadn't happened, it wouldn't have felt such an easy win at the end.
Yeah.
It would have been much closer
Yeah,
game, or you'd have had the edge. Yeah.
I just didn't make any impact on your infantry, and that was I just couldn't.
I mean, the tanks. I've only really got one left. I've got one left. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the other 7 are smouldering wrecks, aren't they?
But that was good. It was good.
I lost very little infantry.
Yeah, and the fact that you've got to split your forces to defend. I'm surprised you didn't go after the bridge at all. I thought, just so you know, my dummies are down here. I think it's
I wanted a
there
few.
there's dummies down here, and the Panzerschreck just defending the bridge. And the gun didn't do very much at all, did it? It took out one tank, and that was it. It was pretty poor.
Yeah.
So well played. Be good to roll. We were both a bit rusty on the counters, weren't we?
Yeah, we were dropping
fumbling counters, and you didn't bring your dice tower today.
No, absolutely, yeah, completely out of the thing. I remembered my rule book.
You did,
and this.
Yeah.
And that's one problem with the electronic rule book. Unless you get yourself organised with an iPad or something, I suppose that'd be the trick, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But it's good to be rolling dice again. It was nice.
It was really good.
Fun.
Very enjoyable.
So we've got a few bits and pieces to catch up with. So we have the Patreon roll off. So this was predicting a winner, and we had 6 entries that we think we got.
Yep.
So do you want to run through those?
Remind us, what do these people stand to win?
These are going to win the Great War Critical Hit ASL.
The whole lot.
Yeah, the whole lot.
Wow. Okay, super. Right, shall I say who?
Yes.
Right. Okay, so we've got 6. So we're going to roll a single 6-sided dice.
Yep.
And number 1 is Morris.
Yep.
Number 2 is Jeffrey Flint. Number 3 will be Tom Rapetti. 4, Dwayne Duval. 5, Indy. He's never been this close. 6 is Tuomo. Finish Tuomo. Likari. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So roll dice. I will be the adjudicator. 5.
It's Indy.
It's Indy. Well done, Indy. Okay.
At last.
It's the most expensive place to post to, but I'll post it to you.
Yes. We'll keep it. Look after it till you come over.
Well done, Indy. Well done. Excellent.
Brilliant.
So. Couple of interesting tactical points I would have talked about this scenario. So at the start of the scenario, I had to deploy 1 squad, and I had a range of from conscripts all the way up to the circled elite guys.
So you had second line, first line.
Yeah, I think first line.
And the 5, 4, 8s.
Yeah, almost. I mean, there's quite a few choices.
Well, no, you did. It just
okay, all right. Thanks. So. Didn't have one of them, right? But okay, so
I remember breaking them all.
You did. You did. So, talk me through the decision between. So I ended up doing one of the second line. I think one of the second line guys.
Yeah.
Into two half squads, on the basis that I didn't want to lose the larger squad. But what's your thoughts on how to?
I think it depends what you want to do. So if you are handling weapons that you need to be elite for, flamethrowers and demolition derringers, it's probably worth deploying the elite ones, because they got a very specific sort of like purpose.
Yep.
If you want scouts that literally you don't mind losing, then it's. I mean, I'm not sure if I go as far as conscripts, but would that make sense?
Maybe. You see, this is it. I was kind of caught between, in a way. Do you want to be rolling more often on the higher number for morale? In which case, yes, and therefore splitting a higher level one up makes more sense. So I'd be interested in comments. If you've got ideas around what is the right thought process for, and I absolutely agree with you. Things like flamethrowers and demo charges is a good one. But what are the other reasons for like defense and attack? Is there differences between what class of unit you deploy?
I mean, later on in a scenario like this, I think it probably is worth deploying when you've got lots of building hexes that you're trying to hold on to. The more space that you can take up, the harder it is for the enemy to clear them all out. You can still fire group, can't you? So you can still fire as squads. But I haven't got any other thoughts really.
Okay, I'm interested in other people's thoughts on that.
Yeah.
And what else we're going to say? We're going to say that we've got, I think, all the results in now from the quarterfinals.
Are they all in?
I think they're all in. So
Fantastic.
we'll do next episode.
How did I get on?
We'll let you know next time. Tune in and find out. You were playing Tuomo though. He's a good player.
Yeah, you know. No, no better than me.
Well, I don't know.
We'll find out.
We will find out. So thank you for everyone that played in that one, and we're going to go through that. I'm looking forward to it. Good scenario. Did you enjoy it?
I did, and I didn't think I would. Actually, me and Tomo both agreed that it looks very scripted.
Yeah,
this is quite interesting.
A debtor ambush, is it, or something?
Yeah, and Urdaneta ambush. Yeah, and you've got the American tanks have to move forward along a road until the traps is sprung, sort of thing. But it's not like one of those sort of convoy scenarios. It's there's a lot more freedom of movement for both sides. It actually was really interesting.
All right, good stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about that next week. And I guess we are going to prepare for our live Twitch game.
Yes.
We're going to play Fighting the Draw, aren't we? So
yeah. And we got a date for that? Not yet. Okay.
We'll,
we're also going to be getting ourselves ready to go to Double One in 2 weeks' time, I think.
Yeah,
maybe
3 weeks' time. Yeah. We've got to pass a COVID test first.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
It's like a patsy, isn't it?
It's exactly like a patsy. That's right. Yeah. Fingers crossed. I don't quite know how to even submit that against.
No, presumably they'll give us some instructions. I get them at work, so that's straightforward.
Can you take one for me and just send it? All right. Okay. Good stuff. Well, okay.
Even after I fail.
Well, to be honest, if you don't go, I won't go. So that's it.
Okay. All right.
We'll do that. So looking forward to that. That's end of June. So
this is the first tournament that we both have attended for 8 years, or maybe more.
Is it really as long as
I think it is as long as that.
Wow. That's
crazy.
crazy.
That. Megan was 5. She's now 14. Is that 9 years? It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And we haven't gone to a tour at the same time. Oh no, we went to one very early on.
Yeah, I think there was one.
Yeah, Blackpool.
Yeah, that's a place to celebrate a divorce, isn't it? Let's go to Blackpool. Show you a good time. Yeah. Right. Okay then. Well, until next time.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Take care.
Stay safe.
And all that.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.